we're the Dorkeries. We had another CGC box come in today.
CGC mail days are the best.
They're the best. Pew, 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 pew. So we're super excited. You know what's in the box?
I do.
But you don't know what the grade is.
Never.
All right, so why don't we just get to the point and tell us what we're going to be opening today.
So this is Fantastic Four number 52, the first appearance of T'Challa.
Okay.
Also known as
Black
Panther.
Panther.
Wakanda Forever. Do it.
Wait, is it this hand or this hand?
I don't know.
Well, it matters. I've been told it matters. Black
Dang
Panther? Oh, it's just his mask up there.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
So this was off of my... I do a wish list every year, Farrah.
I'm aware.
This is my 2018 wish list. So
that's a lot marked off.
I know. I did so good.
However, is it 2 pages?
Well, this is 2019. We're gonna get to that in a minute. So this is 2018. As you can see, what's number 1, Farrah?
Fantastic 452.
Yeah, this was my number 1 on the wish list from last year.
Okay, so you got it.
I did.
Last year.
I did. I probably got it at a bad time though, because Black Panther came out in February of last year, and I bought this in March of last year. So I probably paid a little more than I would have if I had waited or gotten it before the movie came out, because the movie came out and everybody loved it. So that's all. I'll show you my 2019 wish list in a minute. So this is it. I paid $275. They said it was, this was kind of a, this isn't like the big seller like the last one, so they said it was between a 3.5 and a 4.0. So I looked at it, I thought it was a 4.0. We sent it to Erod 212, my boy, to get this pressed. And there's not a lot. It's like, you know, there's not a lot that can really be done with these old books, because I think this one had some spine ticks in it and all kinds of stuff. But hey, low grade, mid grade, any grade is better than...
It's still on your wish list.
Grade, and it was a number 1. So do like I did last time, and then we'll see if we can get a good
I'm
grade.
not looking. I don't want to be spoiled.
Always the paperwork. All right, good. All right, so there it is.
Aw, it's pretty.
It's pretty. Man, these Newton rings are crazy. But there it is. There's us in a thing too. Hey, everybody. All right. So, you ready, Farrah?
Da-da-da.
1, 2, 3.
4.5. That's good.
Nice.
So
There's a crap load of Newton rings in here, but that's okay. So Newton rings are that look like water spots.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that from?
CGC hasn't figured it out yet. It's just during their slabbing process.
It almost looks like when you put a screen protector on your phone and you can't get all the bubbles out.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it looks like.
But I knew
Try
this
to
was
get
going to be
this
kind
where
of
there's
if you look at the back,
no reflection. We haven't perfected our
lighting
lighting where there's no reflection yet. We're working on it, but
if you look at the back, you can really see like why this was kind of a mid to low grade. It's got a lot of staining on the back.
it actually says off-white pages.
Oh, that's on the inside.
Okay, off-white to white pages is what it says.
Yeah. So, but hey, that probably puts it.
I'm gonna look at this.
4.5 is probably a $500 comic.
So, what year did
It
this?
says it right there at the top.
66. Is that correct?
1966.
1966.
It's a beaut.
It's a
Love
pretty
it.
book. Is this the only one that came in today?
That's the only one that came in, but
First appearance of the Black Panther.
there's more on the way. I have no idea why they're piecemealing these, but it's okay.
It's okay because I like opening them up one at a time.
Yeah. So, got some more comics we're going to be sending off to Erod to
Should we put
press.
this back here?
So, yeah, put it right there. So, just want to kind of show you guys what's next to go to get pressed and cleaned. And then off to CGC. I like just to kind of have things going over and over at CGC. So, one comes in, one goes out. This is Lady Dorkeries.
This is mine.
Really cool thing about this, this is the first appearance at the Umbrella Academy, the free comic book day with no stamp. So a lot of the comic book shops will put a stamp right there. Not the case with us. We paid Pretty cheap for that. It was mislabeled, and then he did not do a very good job of shipping. So he gave me some money back so that it could go towards pressing this. So this bad boy cost us $3.
Yeah. So I've actually watched Umbrella Academy 3 times on Netflix already. I've read the comic books. I actually didn't read this one. I got the graphic novel. But Dark Horse is probably my favorite booth at Comic-Con, and obviously that's where my first knowledge of any of these books came from, was the Dark Horse booth. But it's my favorite booth to go to, and I hit it up probably, if I'm on the floor, I hit it up probably, I don't want to exaggerate, at least 5 times a day. I mean, if you're walking by it, I just go in it. I think I like it because it's the least complicated
Yeah.
of
It's not like the Marvel
of like
booth
comic
or
books.
the DC.
Like you can't get into,
You can't get to Marvel.
You can't get into the Marvel booth. But so I like how simple it is to just go to the DC booth, and they're always giving away cool stuff. I've got
The Dark Horse booth.
what did I say?
You said
DC.
DC.
The Dark Horse booth is always giving away cool stuff. I've got almost every bag they have given out from the years that I've been there. One of those being an Umbrella Academy bag.
Yeah. And hopefully Gerard will be here at Comic-Con this year,
Yeah.
so you'll get to meet him.
Yeah.
And maybe even get some stuff signed. So
But I've gotten some really cool stuff at the Dark Horse booth.
$3, not bad. All right, this next comic is one of the classic Superman. Lady Dorkery. This is, I don't know why I'm calling you that today.
I like that. Can that be my new name?
Lady Dorkery.
Lady Dorkery.
So this is Neil Adams' cover. He hates this cover.
Okay, but I think it's really
Do you know why he
pretty.
hates this cover? Because he says the legs are not, they're disappropriate. Is that the word?
I feel like they're good, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of a
He hates
critical person about
He hates
some
it.
things, but
Yeah. So that one's in pretty good shape. There's definitely some pressable defects. Excited to see what it does with that. We already talked about this. This was in one of our other hauls, so we won't go into that. But that's got tons of pressable
Yeah.
defects.
but that's that one I really loved because of all the coloring on
Yes.
it. I want that in a shirt. If anybody has seen that in a shirt, I want it.
So here's my 2019 wish list, and I do 12 instead of 10. So you see I got 2 marked off. They're both in this stack, both going to Erod for pressing. So this right here is number 5 on the list. Strange Tales number 135. This is the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Cool.
Hydra, and the first appearance of Nick Fury as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So before he was more kind of like
Nick Fury.
he was a
Agent of
sergeant,
S.H.I.E.L.D..
World War, II type character. So this is definitely, it's not a high grade by any stretch of the imaginations, but there's some pressable defects. And, if I can get that up to a 4.5 and that'd be great. So
When you read comics, do you make those voices like I just did?
Yes, I
Because if you're not doing that, then you're not making the most of your comic book reading time.
So one of my favorite DC characters growing up was Firestorm. So I have Firestorm number 3 graded, which is the first appearance of Frost, Killer Frost. So this is Firestorm's first appearance. This is a really high grade copy. I'm hoping to get, there's maybe 1 spine tick. I'm hoping to get a 9.6 out of this. Would be great after press. And it's on newsstand. So that's, you know what a newsstand is?
Mm-hmm.
Did we talk about this?
No, but I'm not an idiot.
Lady Dorkery is not an idiot.
Okay, and I'm about to completely disprove that statement. Sometimes when we're looking at comic books, I want to flip it around and look at the back like you can when it's slabbed, and then I remembered you can't do that because it's got a board back there.
So newsstands are a little bit, sometimes they're not in as great shape because they were out in the wild. They weren't in a comic book store.
In the wild. They were feral comic
Speaking of
books.
newsstand, Avengers 196, the
Why are these so pretty?
first appearance of Taskmaster. So this is getting to be a pretty hot comic. I bought this from the same guy that got that Gambit first appearance from. So he was pretty strict. I think he said this was a 7.5. So we'll see after that. It's definitely got some spine ticks, but again, there's some pressable defects on here. I'm not one that needs 9.8 and everything, although that was great to get that out of the
I just feel like you're
266.
missing a lot of... I know you're all worried about the grading, but This isn't fun if you don't go, anything you can do, I can do better.
Wait, it says that?
Yeah.
Anything
the Avengers can do, I can do better.
My name's Taskmaster. I sound like Bill Cosby. Jello pudding pop.
You do not sound like Bill Cosby.
You know what? Your impressions aren't great. Do your SpongeBob. Do your Pee Wee Herman. Do any impression. Her
I
impressions.
did. That was the
terrible.
Taskmaster. Because
Wait, do it one more time.
you have nothing to compare it to.
Do it one more time.
You have to hold the book when you do
Careful!
it. Anything the Avengers do, I can do better. That's how you have to read comics.
All right, Farrah, this is going to get pressed. What's the first thing that jumps out at you?
Wait a second. It's already slabbed.
It's already slabbed, Andy. Why are you sending that off?
Don't crack that slab.
Don't crack the slab.
But you know what?
We should make that a game show. Don't crack the slab.
Like, hang it from a thing and like throw stuff
And watch
at it.
all the dorks of the world cry. It should be like their wives. Dorks against their wives.
Look, and you guys know,
And
just
it's
by looking
like,
at the back cover,
it's
what
a
this
couple thing, and like
Whoa!
you compete, and like you're competing, and like if the husbands lose,
Whoa!
the slab gets cracked.
is. Whoa! No! That's a terrible idea. Would you really crack my slabs?
I don't know.
No. Crack your slab. So this is before I sent stuff off to Erod.
Aw, I remember
Yeah.
when we got that.
Yeah, so this is a 9.2 right now, but I don't know if you can see it in the light or not, Farrah, but there's definitely
Can I look?
some pressable defects.
Let me see here.
I always sound so fine when I say that. There's some pressable defects in there, mostly around there.
I'm stuck on the Puckett, Parabeck, and Burchett.
It sounds like a law firm.
It does.
The law firm of Puckett, Probeck, and Burchett proudly present Batman Adventures number 12.
The first appearance of Harley Quinn.
Well, and the reason we're cracking this, right? So even a single grade bump, a 9.2 to a 9.4, adds $100 to that thing, if not
I
more.
still haven't found defects, but
So, they're in there. It's really, you can't really see in this lighting, but, and of course, Erod's going to look it over before he cracks it to see if, yeah, that's something I can really do. And I trust him to say, yeah, I can fix that, and, before he cracks it, so. This one right
I
here.
see a spine.
Well, that's a spine tick. He can't fix that.
All right, this is perfect. I don't know what CGC was talking about. JK.
You hear that, CGC? I'm gonna send that in. You're
Just
gonna give us a
kidding.
9.8.
So this was notorious for, and I'll get to you in a second, but there's a line that goes right down the middle because these were in poly bags.
Andy, do you know what a polybag is? I'm just kidding.
Why, Lady Dorkery, I do.
So that it was in a bag, and the bag had a seam in the middle, and the longer that it sat there, I don't know if you can see it or not. The longer that it sat there, the more maybe you can see it right
How
there.
can you see that?
Oh, you can see it.
It's
Um,
all I
It's
can
right.
see
It
is
goes
the
right
line.
down the middle, and I didn't get that pressed. Erod knows about it. Most people know about these things. A good presser can get these out.
No pressure, Erod.
A good presser can get those out, and if it gets out, there's no spine ticks on this thing. The only reason it's got a 9.2 is because of that.
I feel like I'm
down
violating Spider-Man. I'm like,
Looking him over real nice.
not finding anything. Let me look one more time. All right, well, I trust you. I don't see it.
It's there. So this is a recent eBay purchase, also off to my 2019 list. So this is Iron Fist 5.0, but the seller, look at there. He had a picture of everything on this comic except for that corner.
It's not
Farrah.
showing real well.
It's cracked,
He cracked the slab.
and he didn't tell us about it. Wah, wah. That's
Wah,
okay.
wah.
So we're gonna get that finished cracking that slab, and then take that dude out. This is the first appearance of Iron Fist. Oh, by the way, some of those who don't know, this is the first appearance of Miles Morales. That's the first appearance of Iron Fist. And, again...
You karate killers wanted a showdown. Now you've got it.
Ooh. And look at the splits in the air. You think I could do that?
I'm confident that you cannot.
Show everybody that. Let's take a poll.
No.
Let's take a poll.
No.
Can my poll handle that split in the air right there?
What did you just say?
Last but not least. See, I was happy. I was happy for Bucky in Endgame, right? What happened to Bucky at the very end of Endgame? Forget spoilers. This is way
What
past.
happened to Bucky
Yeah.
at the end of Endgame?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean what happened
What
to
happened?
him?
What did Captain America, Steve Rogers, do for Bucky?
I don't know.
He gave him the shield.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He did not give Bucky the shield.
Who did he give it to?
He gave it to Falcon.
He gave it to Falcon.
Were you trying to trick me?
Yes.
Oh.
I think you're paying attention to the movie.
Well, you made me feel like an idiot.
Yeah, Bucky's back there going, I thought it was your best friend, and you give it to that guy?
Is there going to be some kind of spin-off in which Rocket steals Bucky's arm?
Well, they're going to have a Disney Plus show, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I'm gonna get that
So-
arm.
So this is one I bought off eBay already graded. This is not one that I didn't press. It's got a date stamp of some kind, which I don't care about date stamps because I think that's awesome.
Hold on, this is telling me how I can make extra money on the back of this comic.
Ooh.
If you need extra money and you know just 10 people, you can make $50, $100, $200 and more in your spare time. It costs you nothing to try.
How many people do you know, Farrah?
I know more than 10 people. I have 50 followers on YouTube. It's not followers, it's subscribers.
Ooh, I dare you to send this in. Let's make a photocopy and send it in. You think this address is still good? Wallace Brown Inc. in 10 Maritime Avenue, White Plains, New York, 10606.
I feel like I have caused your video to go in a whole different direction.
It's
today.
okay. It's okay. All right. Well, we were all here for this. We probably lost like most of our people after I unboxed the CGC, but that's okay.
Why?
I don't know.
I make the best comic voices.
So that's a
Come
lot.
back tomorrow where we'll be reading.
We're going to be reading.
You gotta pick one? I want to make up a name.
I don't know if there's anybody.
It's
See,
time.
that's what's missing these days.
It's comic
Oh,
time
here it is. Here it
with
goes.
Lady Dorkery.
Here you go. Read that. In your best voice.
Wait,
Narrator voice.
a dynamic debut in this explosive first issue. Firestorm, the nuclear man.
Explosive!
It's explosive! Comic time with Lady Dorkery.
Whoa, what about this one?
Well, that one is what I started on.
The
because it says,
greatest.
Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Read that.
The greatest action
The
thriller
greatest action
of all
Of
time.
all time! That's kind of bold to say that.
I know. I was thinking of like all the other action thrillers that are now offended.
All right. All right, Lady Dorkery. Good job. Lots of stuff to send off to E-Rod, which means more CGC unboxing. We also realize there's some people that watch the comic stuff, and there's also Disney stuff on there. It's okay if you don't watch our Disney stuff. You should. It's still awesome entertainment. But we'll have more CGC unboxings, more comic calls. We're going to Comic-Con in 5 weeks, like 30-something days. So we'll have lots of content on that. But in the meantime, we want everybody to know this. We love you, and
Go dork yourself. Alrighty then.
I gotta go.